Hello and welcome to another episode of After Bloom. I'm here with Marilyn Arcaroli. I didn't think I would get that right, but I did. Good afternoon, Marilyn. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Marilyn is one of our newer Bloom members. She and her partner, Mary Lou, who you saw in our last interview, have been members now, I guess, for about a year?
Yeah, over a year. In December it was over a year.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Laguna Beach. Lived there all my life. When I was 48 years old, I had been working 20 years for the Automobile Club, selling insurance, had a great job, did very well. And they called us in one morning and they said, you no longer are insurance reps. You can apply for the new position, which was like a telemarketer 800 number. So they gave us a decent severance, and I have always wanted to have an animal sanctuary. In Laguna or in this part of California, I could never afford the property that I would need. So at that table, at that meeting, I said, I am going to take a different path. And I am going to find a place where I can have a sanctuary and I can rescue all the animals that I can. Mm-hmm. So I knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who went to Kentucky, and they showed me these pictures of this little town. And it's a university town, it's called Murray, and the people appeared to be very professional. It was beautiful there. I decided to take a trip. I went, I loved it, I bought a little farm, and I made that transition. And my family about fell apart. They said, my gosh, are you crazy, you know? And it was something I felt compelled to do, and felt that this was a perfect time to do it. So that's what I did. I moved there, and shortly after I got there, I was asked to become the director of the Humane Society Animal Shelter.
Fantastic.
So I had the shelter, and I also had my sanctuary, my rescue, and I did that very happily until I decided I needed to branch out. Mm-hmm. And I had all my friends in this little town. They knew me, I knew them. We did the same things every weekend. Mm-hmm. I said, I need to grow. And that's when I went online and I met Mary Lou, and she was in St. Louis. So then we decided to be together, and I sold my place, and then we knew once we were together in St. Louis we really wanted to get back to California, because she was from Corona.
Yeah.
So it was a God thing. We met online. We both had been going at that time to MCC. We both loved animals. She loved Laguna, so it just all worked perfect.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So what brought you to Bloom?
Oh, yes. What brought us to Bloom was we had been going to this other church that we were going to in St. Louis, and that Mary Lou had been a part of since, I think, the early 80s. I had been a part of it since the end of the 80s in Kentucky. And so we were at that church, but it wasn't the right fit, and we knew it. We probably stayed a little longer than we should, but we knew it wasn't the right fit, but we wanted to have a church home. So we would see the sign when we'd go by, the Bloom sign. And one day I said, well, let's go ahead and try that. And that Sunday, when I walked in, I felt that these are my people. These are the people that I am so comfortable with, that I can understand them and they can understand me.
Yeah. Yes, and I know that feeling. You know that the minute you walk in, the minute you're from, and it's not even, for me, it wasn't even the minute I walked in the building. I actually felt that feeling. That's what brought me to Bloom. I felt these were my people, because for me at the time, every event, they had these free hug signs. Oh. And they would go to the different events, and I would see the signs, and I would stand at a distance and check it out, and then I got that first hug, and I was hooked.
Yeah, right. That's a good way to put it. Well, I was so impressed, and I felt such warmth that when I went the next Sunday, I did stand up and I thanked everybody because I had felt so welcomed. And I was so appreciative of that because there was this period where we just didn't know where we were going to end up.
And I remember that Sunday. I do remember that Sunday. Yeah, it made, well, you know, when someone stands up like that on their second Sunday and they make that kind of statement or declaration, it stands out.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it was one of those moments for me that really, it was just like another building block on why I'm here.
Right. We are doing the right thing,
Yes.
right? We are doing the right thing.
We are.
Yeah.
So what does Bloom inspire in you?
When you say what does it inspire in me, I think what I want to give Bloom and what I would like to get out of Bloom is for my family to grow. I don't know if that makes sense, but my Bloom family, I want us to grow and reach out to more people so that they can be as fulfilled and happy and relaxed about our decision and our experiences in Bloom and what it does for us. I think it's made me a better person because, for one, I so respect Kevin. I just so respect him, and I know I can ask him anything.
Yes.
And I won't have someone going.
Yes, exactly. He's got a listening ear.
Yes.
Without a judgment voice.
I remember as a young person, I was raised Catholic, and I said, I just don't understand this about the virgin birth. I don't see how that could happen. And I remember the priest saying, that's because you're not a believer. If you were a believer, you'd understand. And I thought, ooh. So right away, ooh, I don't fit here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's amazing. It's just an amazing transformation when you find that place that you fit.
It is.
And, you know, I think we are very blessed, and I told Mary Lou this too. I think we are very blessed to have the two of you at Bloom because you just jumped in and started participating. Nobody had to ask you. You just jumped in. And as I said to Mary Lou, that's how I was raised. You jumped in. You found the need. You filled it, and just you did it.
You see something that you're comfortable doing and you like doing it and you know you can do it well.
Yeah.
And okay, I can do this.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of us, the ways in which we participate in Bloom almost become, as Mary Lou put it, a little selfish because we feel so rewarded and lifted and by what we get out of the experience. It really is different than any other congregation I've ever belonged to.
It absolutely is. I feel welcomed and appreciated and valued. And that maybe in my past life I didn't feel all those things in church atmosphere. But I do here. I definitely do. And everybody is so gracious when they're so nice. If I do something, they let me know that they appreciate it. And it's just great. And I appreciate everybody else, all the hard work everybody does.
Yes. And it is amazing. This is an amazing place to be. So if you are watching this video this after Bloom today and you are seeing one of these for the very first time and you've never attended a Bloom service, I would recommend that you do. You will feel welcome from the moment you step out of your vehicle into that parking lot.
That's very true.
And you will feel welcome. A week later, you'll feel welcome and you'll want to come back. And I feel very blessed today to have been able to have this conversation with Marilyn here, and I'm grateful that she was able to do an After Bloom, and thank you for that.
Oh, thank you, Russ. I'm glad I could do it too.
And remember, when you volunteer, the life you change may be your very own. Join us this Sunday We'll have wonderful music and a wonderful message and wonderful welcome. And if you can't be with us this Sunday, then please be with us in spirit. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll keep you in our prayers. Thank you, and God bless.